That said Sunday evening, didn't it? Hey, I did not have time to change my intro on this impromptu stream. Welcome to DWIT 3D. Yes, it's Tuesday. You didn't miss a day. You didn't sleep in. I haven't time warped. It is Tuesday. Doing a rare Tuesday stream because we are going to talk about and unbox and have a look at the controversy. Fokoos. When I read this, Wednesday, nice try, Kieran. When I read this, I tend to say Fokoos because Koos, but I've heard it's called Focus. But anyways, either way, it's the Odin-5 F3 printer we're going to be talking about. First of all, I'm going to go to chat and say hello to everybody. I have a lot of people here for a Tuesday night, and I appreciate everybody showing up. And no, that's not right there. That's a true number. So let's see who is with us this evening. Let's start at the top and let's see who the early birds were. We have SPC3D. Jerry is here, non-fam. Tripod's here. Stephen Poole, Brendan Wilson, Kieran. Kieran's here. Matt German. Hey, Matt, late for you, but I'm glad you're here. Brendan Wilson, I think I said that already. We have Virch3733, Dennis Epley, welcome Dennis, and Jeff Hutchins, and Tron. Hey Tron, and Jason, my man, good man. I'm glad you're here. And I think Mika Steve. I see Mika Steve in there. And if I miss your name, forgive me. I'm going through these things really quick. We have Philippe Le Chapelle. Hello. Is people buffering? Bad buffering. I don't know why. Nothing has changed in my setup. I will keep an eye on that. Let me have a look over on my Facebook thing and see what's going on. Oh, wow. See if I can't. Oh, wow. That is crappy. I wonder if there's something going on with my internet. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully this gets better. Yeah, okay. I'll try and see what's going on here. Wow. I'll type in there. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I see that it's real. Oh man, that is awful. What is causing this? Sure, Tuesday internet. Maybe the internet's too busy for a Tuesday night to be doing this. So, oh man. Why? What's going on? We're supposed to be talking about a printer and my stream is buffering. Let's give it a second before I start because I don't want the buffering to be too awful. Yeah, it's even buffering a little bit straight on StreamYard, but Facebook, YouTube looks awful. Let's see if it gets any better. I hope so. Well, we'll have to, no, this is still buffering for me. I'm going to give it a few minutes and see if anything changes. And worst case scenario, I don't know what to do. If I reboot my computer, I don't know if that would help because I've got nothing. Let me shut down anything I have running in my computer that's not necessary. Let's just shut down a few things. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but we'll see. That's all that I've got running now. Oh, Photoshop I don't have to have running. Let's see. Better and clear now? Okay. Shouldn't be anybody downloading in my house. It could be some of my resources being taken up on my computer, but I'm just closing down any unnecessary applications that I have open. Let's just close that. There, I had a few Adobe applications open, but all I have going, I can close Kira. I don't need Kira open. There we go. Everything is shut down that I don't need. So, okay, so far from looking at, I'm just watching the YouTube window here is why I'm looking over this way. And so far it looks like it's going pretty good. Adult Stream Tuesday. Okay, I think we're a little better now. Philippe Le Chapelle says it seems good now. It's a PC. It's a PC that I'm using at my home studio. Okay, good. Okay, something happened. Video quality is dropped. I know I am streaming at 1080p. And when I look on here, let's see what video speed. It's showing auto 720. If I look at a 1080, oh, it looks really sharp now if I change my YouTube to 1080. So, okay, I think we're going to go from here. So hopefully everybody can hear me. I'm using a little different mic tonight, a lavalier mic. Good, we're fine now. So anyways, okay, so let's get going on this. Full disclosure for tonight, Fokoos, I'm going to missay that all the time. They did provide this printer for me for review, so full disclosure, but the review is going to be mine because I just tell it as it is. So just so everybody knows, I wanted to get that out of the way. So one thing I really like about this, and I've heard it mentioned on other streams as well. Oh, and look at the little turntable I made for it. Look at that. One thing I like about this is the packaging. It is the nicest package printer I've seen. It looks like something you'd find in a retail store. So it's awesome. So without further ado, let's open up the box and see what we got. Let's see if this camera here is going to give you a better view of me opening the box. Here we go. I'm going to peek up. If you guys are wanting to ask specific questions to me, go ahead and tag me in the chat. And that way, when I glance up at my screen, I'll be able to see that you're asking a question to me. So let's open up the top of this sucker. And the first thing we find is some foam. Lots of foam. But it seems to be very well packaged. Okay, we pull this out. I don't like that camera view. I think I'm going to stick with this one for now. So we pull this out and we have... And I like that they use this kind of foam. It's better than that other stuff. We have a full, looks like a 1/4 kilogram of white PLA. Full spool, not a full spool, a full spool of 1/4 kilogram PLA. And we have the accessory package in here. And that's it for that foam. Good. I'm glad it's getting better. Thanks for letting me know that, Brendan. Appreciate it. And audio is good. Awesome. I'd be curious to know if this audio is better than my overhead mic. The disadvantage of this audio is I am attached to a cord. I found my cordless one didn't work so well, but I don't intend to be running all over the place, so the cord shouldn't be a problem for me right now. Okay, and then for the main event, we're going to lay this guy down. We can pull this out. Knowing me, I did it upside down, which I probably did, but that's okay. So let's just do this. Make sure that box is empty before I let it fall. And it is. Another piece of foam. Oh no, I didn't do it upside down. Or did I? No, I think I did okay. It's very well packaged. I mean, I'm quite impressed with the way this is packaged. So back up at 1080p, awesome. So maybe there was somebody downloading something in the house, but who knows? All good. And of course, this printer is famous for being a foldable printer, as we all know from watching other builds and streams. Just going to pull this. There we go. And whoa, without damaging the printer, try and get this other piece of foam off. There we go. And we'll put it up this way, with this to the front so you guys can see it. So we have to undo some shrink wrap here, so we're all shrink wrapped inside here as well. Okay. Now we can lift the arm. Let's get rid of the shrink wrap. Yes, it's foldable. Oh, and it won't go too far back, so I can just let it hang there for a minute. And let's have a look in the accessory box. Let's use this handy dandy little camera right here. And we'll have a look and see what we get in the accessory box. Okay, we have a quick start guide. We'll have a look at that. Other than watching other people's streams, I know nothing about this printer, so I like a quick start guide on a printer versus a full manual. And then we do have, of course, a user manual. So looks like we have spare ribbon cable. We'll talk about the ribbon cable aspect of it later. I've had a little experience with the ribbon cables, but we'll see how this printer does with that. We have a power cord, USB cord. We have a USB, micro USB, micro SD USB adapter with a generic no-name micro SD card on it. I'm going to assume it's just an 8 gig. I can't read that without my magnifier. Spool holder. Looks like some end caps. Another part of the spool holder. You have your typical blue snips that you get with any of these printers these days. We have a toolkit with some, looks like a nozzle wrench. I notice a lot of these builds are now starting to include this style nozzle wrench. And some really, high quality Allen keys and a wrench. We have a acupuncture needle. We have some screws, and we have, looks like 2 spare hot ends. I wonder, one looks like a 0.6 and the other one looks like it might be a 0.4. Yeah, a Volcano hot ends. And a number 2 scraper and a warranty card. So there we go with what's in the box. So I know I can get right to it, but I'm going to read the quick start guide. And the quick start guide says, straighten the machine. Yep, install the material rack. So we have to straighten the machine and install 4 screws, which are in this bag. You figured out how to focus your close-up cam, problems in OBS. Oh, I'll have to talk to you about that after. I have issues with it sometimes too. So we have some T-nuts and some M4/8 screws. Those are probably, looks like that's going to be for the spool holder. And they give you an extra, obviously. And then we have M5/8 screws here. And there's 5 of them. Obviously 1 spare. That's what's going to hold the gantry up. So I always say I like to do these unboxings as if it's my only printer and so forth, but I'm not going to open this kit and use these hex keys. I'm just going to use my own hex keys. A lot of people have hex keys lying around the house, so I'm just going to use my own and we'll go with that. So this one requires the yellow for the M5 screws. So we set this up. Let me get this other camera over here. Whoop. There we go. There's a good, let me see if I can light that up a bit. There we go. So you can see the hole right here. And there's another hole just in the back here. And it's going to be the same on the other side. So we'll go on in with the screws. There's the one. Little bit of wiggle in that, so I guess there's a tiny little bit of possibility for the 90 degrees not to be dead accurate, but hey, we'll see. And then the other one in the back, same idea. I won't tighten these right up yet. I'll wait till I get the 2 in this side as well, and then we'll snug them all up. You didn't receive extra ribbon cables with your Fokoos. Okay, well, you need to talk to them maybe. Does it have a metal heat break? Yes. Oh, and speaking of that, and I'm going to, you know what? I'll discuss that once I get the test print going. But remind me to talk about my experience so far with that non-metal heat break. So I've got some interesting news about it. Not bad news, good news actually. So, okay, now that I got those in, I'm going to snug these up. Okay, so really, if you want to travel with this printer, it's only 4 bolts to take out, which isn't so bad, really. Not that I'll ever travel with it, but hey, this is great if I ever want to go visit somebody and bring a printer over to introduce them to 3D printing. So it's actually quite a nice compact size. It would probably fit nicely in a suitcase. Actually, if I kept some padding, be a good idea. They're called, I know the Apprentice. I keep calling them Allen keys because I'm 50 something years old, and I've called them Allen keys all my life. I'm trying to get used to the hex wrench because even Wera calls them hex plus. So they're hex plus wrenches. So here we go. We got the, that's pretty solid once those bolts are tightened up. Okay, let's remove some styrofoam from the Z-rods. And some more foam from this side. We have a zip tie up here holding the hot end in place. So let's get some snippers. Let's just use the ones they gave me. There we go. Not that I need another pair open, but hey, there we go. Throw that out. Trying to make trouble? That's all right. My streams are known for trouble, so just talk to everybody else on the stream. Yeah. So here we go. Okay, so that is pretty much it for the setup of this little puppy, other than we have to remove some film from the bed and the screen. I actually haven't even looked at the instructions other than to say to attach 4 bolts to that thing. So, spool holder. Well, yeah, I guess we need a spool holder. It's, it'll probably work. It's very light, thin metal, but hey, if it does the job, it does the job. So let's and this just basically is a real simple put in and twist type thing. Yeah, that I can see that wearing over time, but hey, I know a guy with a 3D printer. I could print another spool holder if I ever had to. Let's get a couple of these T-nuts out. And a couple of these M4-8 cap screws. You're waiting for Fokoos to come to the UK? Yeah, yours must be delivered, or must be on its way, I would think. It's always nice when you can win a printer. Okay. I don't need a close-up view of this necessarily, but basically, in case somebody's not done this before, we're just putting the cap screws. And I call these screws, not bolts, because they do have a cap on them, and yeah, they don't have a point, but hey. And then we just feed the T-nut. Whoops, I'm out of the camera range here. And we put the T-nut so that looks like a T up that way, so that the little short stubby is down below. That's what's going to grip the M20 rail. And we just get that about yay far. And we grab the appropriate hex key, which in my case I believe is the dark green one. And I am mistaken. It's the lime green one for this one. And then we'll put the spool holder up probably right around here. Give that a quick turn so that locks in the channel. And snug it down. Don't have to get muscular with this, just enough so that it's in there pretty solid. There we go. Spool holder. So this has a direct drive extruder, direct drive print head. I may take it apart after we do a test print, but I just want to do this right out of the box. I saw it taken apart on another stream. Actually, it wasn't on the stream. It was when I was watching the Fokoos videos. on this printer, and they're showing how to change various parts. And the actual feeder on this extruder, the feeder portion, it's sort of it's horizontal. It's so different the way that the spring and the loading works on this one. So if I have a chance after, we'll take that apart. And I believe this is called a volcano style hot end. It looks like a pretty decent nozzle on it, and yeah, so we have a single fan cooling, a single duct cooling fan. That is injection molded plastic on the cover here. I actually did find online a cool cover that I printed for this guy. I'm not going to put it on right now, but I did print in Galaxy Black, which kind of matches, so I may down the road put that cool Galaxy Black cover on there. We'll see. And then I did find also a different version of the cooling fan, which has a dual cooling fan duct on it. I'm not sure if it's a straight fit. I think it is just a straight fit right on there to replace the single duct cooling fan. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But for now, I'm just going to run it as stock. So, yep, just the way it came. Just add to the confusion, they are called Unbraco. Oh, that's the hex keys are called Unbraco. Okay. Pink lost for the hex keys. They're pretty. We want them all. Yeah, they are very nice. It's a nice looking hex key set. A couple of my subscribers, lucky people, won a couple of these, including Nonfam. Just ask Nonfam. I think he's on here. He'll tell you how nice these keys are. So a lot of people have them. Kenneth saying hello. Get muscular with this. Ugh. You know who you're talking to here, right? Okay, without further ado, we've got it set up, and now we have to insert 2 ribbon cables. So I'm going to bring this guy up here. I got to adjust the camera focus, or the color of my cameras. They don't look really good, but anyways, that's okay. So we have 1 ribbon cable kind of tucked in the back here, and that should just snap right into place here. Or do I have to open this first? Looks like I have to lift that, slide this in, and then it should kind of lock itself in place. I think. Let's just look at this from the side. Locked in. So I'm not on. I have another printer we'll talk about later, but it has ribbon cables. This one's fine. This ribbon cable's really never going to move. I had an issue with this particular ribbon cable in the other printer. This looks like it doesn't have the same kind of. If I get closer here, this doesn't have the little thing that you have to pop open and close. It looks like a ribbon cable is just going to clip in there. So we'll see how well that does. I'm not a huge fan of ribbon cables because it's a fail point, especially on a part that's moving a lot. But if it's secured in there nice and taking it, and it doesn't loosen up over time. The other printer I have, it wasn't as easy to access as this one. It was sort of in behind the cover a bit, and the little clip that holds it on ended up breaking. So yeah, so I didn't have a good experience with that one. But this one, let's see, should just clip right in. Yeah, that one just clipped in real simple, and it's in there good and snug. So yeah. So the other thing I'm checking here is we have eccentric rollers. This bottom one has an eccentric nut on it, and I'm just looking, and this is there's no play in that at all, and it's nice and smooth. I'm not going too fast because I don't want to charge up the system. So that's good. And then on here we have the dual Z, which are not in sync because there's no timing belt. So if I bring these down a little bit, I am just going to check for wobble in there, nothing. And these wheels, they seem snug, but we'll see what happens. And is there an eccentric nut on these ones? There is not. So there is no eccentric nut on these wheels here. The only eccentric nut is on the hot end. wheels. So these ones are what they are that I can see, unless it's way under. Nope, nope, nope. So those are what they are. Your ribbon cables were installed and no extra cables. So, maybe you weren't the original owner. No, yeah, but this came with two, I'm pretty sure there's two ribbon cables in there. Probably this one and this one. So, yeah. Okay. Now we get to pull the little thing off the screen, and oh man, they never come off clean. Maybe this one will. Come on. Trying not to leave any plastic behind. Leave nope. There's a little piece. Dang. Dang, look. That sucks. Little piece of plastic, and I cannot, I'm not totally OCD, but I cannot let that be. Come on. There we go. That's much better. Whew. And most of the dual Z's don't have eccentric nuts. Okay, yeah. The wheels are quite tight. None of the wheels are freely spinning. So, but that's okay. We will go from there. So we're going to pop these clips off real quick on the hotbed. Just so we can remove the covering here. Let's do this. There we go. Put her back on. Oh, my dog is going crazy. You might not be able to hear him through this lavalier mic, though. I'd be curious if you can hear the dog barking. And we had a clip over here. And we had a clip on the front, but no clip on this side. That's interesting. No clip over here. So, okay. What do the instructions tell me now? So we have to do some leveling. But I think I can put the power plug in and charge it up. Check under the bed for more plastic. Under the bed? Really? Did you see some plastic under the bed? Let's have a look. Under the bed itself? Well, there's nothing on the... Oh, maybe. Oh, hang on. Oh, has this got plastic on it too? Oh, it does too. Thanks, Jerry. Why would the instructions not tell me to remove that? See, the average person... Oh, I should have known it's blue and not silver. There we go. You can hear the dog barking? Okay. Oh, this stuff is sneaky because it's... I don't have fingernails. Oh, there we go. Oh, good. Good heads up, Jerry. Thanks. That might have just stunk a little bit. There we go. Good catch. I've never seen that on a printer like that, under the bed like that before. So, wow. Okay, that had. Let me put the glass back on first, and just see what's going on under there. That felt like it had a little hard spot in it. And then this side, and the one on the front. Now, if I move this back and forth here, there's a hesitation right there. I don't know if you, let me see if I can show you this on the camera. When I move this bed back, here from this side, just watch. There, it sort of just popped into place right there like it's settling into a groove. So, yeah, let's keep going and see if there's another one. Another one right there. Another one right there. No, so there's 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. So, Let's see, we do have eccentric nuts on there. I wonder if they were just too tight, but that should not pause like that. Yeah, should not do. Hey, Mark. You can hear the dog when I'm not talking. Okay, well, hey, he's the filler. So I'm going to have to maybe loosen these eccentric nuts and see either that or I have flat spots on my wheels, because that's a definite groove there, definite settlement there, definitely settling there. Should not be happening. Okay. I need to find a wrench. Now, of course, they have a wrench in here. I didn't see the little one. I only saw the big one. Looks like they got a big wrench for working on the heater block. This guy here. Or bad bearings, yeah. So we're gonna try and adjust these eccentric nuts here. Under here and see if I can't get that to smooth out and see if these are way too tight. We have two over here, and that's it. Just on the outside. So we have 4 wheels riding across these dual rails. So let's just see what we can do here. You don't want to go too loose as to make that. So that's got a little wobble to it. So it's a bit too loose, but let's see. No, there's still definite spots in there. Well, you know, there's a fine line between a loose hotbed. See, that's tight there. There's no wobble there. Good there. Okay, that smoothed it out a little bit. A little bit. It's still stopping, but not as... It's not like going thunt, thunt, like it was before, popping in. So, see if I can loosen this back one off a little more without causing any wobble here. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's a lot better. So these, this back one, there we go. That's much better. There's still a tad there, but I think the wheels were settled. But yeah, that back one was way, way, way too tight. Yeah, whole lot better. Okay, but you always want to check your nuts. So, what'd you miss, old curmudgeon? Nothing. But yeah, I like that, Aaron. It's called speed bumps. I like that. Yeah, so we had 3 bad speed bumps on this. They're still there a little bit. But, oh, and that's rubbing back here. This cable, that's not good. This cable, I'm going to have to work something out. This cable back here, when I move the bed back and forth, is rubbing along here. So this cable just needs to maybe be pushed over this way a little bit to prevent it from rubbing on the stuff back here, because that'll eventually wear out that sheathing. But yeah, the back eccentric nut on this side, the back one over here, there's only eccentric nuts on this side. We have 4 wheels total riding the bed. This one was way too tight. I loosened it quite a bit. We still got a nice solid bed, but the speed bumps have gone away. So there we go. I think we're ready to plug her in. Clips on the front and rear only. They had one on the side. Okay. Works for me. That works. Yeah, either way, it'll hold them down. There we go. Yeah, so always check your eccentric nuts and check for those speed bumps. I like that term. I'm going to use that, speed bumps on the bed. I just happened to have an extension cord ready over here because I knew I was going to plug a printer in. Look at that. There we go. Okay, let's power it up. See if I can get you guys a good close-up shot of the screen when I power it up. Look at the wheel while moving it. Yeah, the wheels are pretty smooth, but and they're all turning fine, and they're not too tight anymore. And this back one was definitely, the front one might still be a bit too tight, but I don't want to cause any wobble in the bed, so we're going to live with that for now. Let's get the close-up on the screen. Try and get rid of that reflection as much as possible. Wow, there's a lot of reflection there. Okay, here. How about something like that? Let's see what this does when we power up. That's a good sound. Focus. Fokoos. So we have, man, that's bad reflection. That's all right. We're all professionals here. Not. We have tool, settings, auto load, and printing. Okay, so anyway, so I'm just going to back this up. Congro had your bracket for the laser upside down, so just because a company did it, don't make it right. That's so true. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here, old curmudgeon, try to change the angle a bit here. But I got a lot of lighting down here, so. Okay, let's see what we got under tool. Okay, we have leveling, preheat. So first thing I'm going to do before I level is I'm going to at least preheat the nozzle in bed. Okay, so I can't read upside down here, the extrusion. Let's heat the bed up to 200. And then let's heat, the nozzle up to 200, and then heat the bed up to 60. There we go. Then we'll go back. Is this going to give me a readout of temperature on this screen? It's not. So one thing I don't like about some of these is if I switch screens, I lose the temperature readout. So I'll leave it on preheat just to figure out where we are temperature-wise, unless I go maybe back to the home screen, and it still doesn't tell me. There's nowhere on this screen is it reading out the temperature for me at all. So just a little miff. I mean, it's not a big deal, but let's see what's under settings. We have Wi-Fi settings. Oh, this has built-in Wi-Fi. That's pretty cool. We have fan settings. We have about, language. Turn off the stepper motors and machine settings. Under machine settings, temperature, motor, advanced. Under machine, we have machine type, machine size, home direction, end stop type. You go into one of them. Wow, you can turn your end stops on and off. Oh, they have a lot of different settings you can do here. Let's go back again. No files found. Okay. Motor off. The bed's warming up. Tool settings, auto load, and printing. Let's go back to tool. Where can it tell me the temperature other than here? So my bed's at 39 and my nozzle's at 202 already. The nozzle heated up really fast. So I think we're okay to start leveling. So let's hit the leveling button. And what this allows us to do is move the hot end to 4 points plus the middle of the bed. But I'm thinking, well, let's just see what happens if it's just going to automatically home itself if I hit 0.1. Looks like it's going to home itself. There we go. Does it have a wake on Ian? Does it have wake on Ian? The word close turns it off. Oh, okay. So there we go. I just started the auto leveling, hit the one position, and it's automatically going to that position, and it's going to let me find a piece of paper. random piece of paper. I have a feeler gauge around somewhere. Don't know what I did with a 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter feeler gauge. I like using the feeler gauge, but paper works just as good. Then you have those guys that can just go down and eyeball it, but yeah, I like the paper method. Here we go. We homed, and we're resting into our first spot. Let's see what we got. We're tight. We were quite tight. There we go. Oh, a little tighter. Number 2. We're loose. Foot loose. Sorry, I couldn't resist. That feels good. Number 3. Man, that dog is annoying sometimes, you know, but I love them anyways. Dogs bark. It's what they do. He's just telling me there's somebody outside. Okay, number 3. Oh, that was very close. And 4. I like to go around a couple times, as you all know. Land, not Ian. Oh, okay. Does it have a wake on land? I don't know. I have to have a look and see. So number 4 is a bit loose. Let's loosen this off. There we go. That feels good. We'll go back, check number 1 again. And when we're all done the corners, I'll check the middle. That gives a good indication of if the bed is warped or level too. Get all the 4 corners feeling good, and then if the middle is way off, then you know you got not a perfectly level bed. Very close. Let's go back to 2 again. Squirrel. Yeah, squirrel. We do have I call them prairie dogs, but they're basically little gophers out here. So he could actually be seeing a gopher. We'll go back to 3 here. See that Nero 3DP, Nero put together his SR, FLSUN SR today. Pretty cool. It was surprising to see him work on a Delta. he seems to be more into the Vorons. But yeah, it's good to see him doing printer reviews. And we will loosen this one off a bit more. Oh, no, tighten, loosen. There we go. And let's check the middle now. There we go. Cute graphics, Jerry. Squirrel. And the middle, that's not bad, actually. Oh, that's not bad at all. I'd say that's really good, actually. I'm surprised. Okay. We are good. Now, let's see if I bring this over at this angle, if it gets you guys a little better view. I'm just going to have a quick peek through the menu here. That's a little better. Okay, so I go back here, move. Let's raise the Z up a bit. So 1 millimeter increments, 10 millimeter or 0.1. So let's go 10 millimeter increments. Let's move the Z up to about 50 or 60. Get ready to load some filament. Heck, let's make it up to 100, 110. One of the upsides to glass. Yeah, I've seen glass that's not perfectly flat though. So this is surprisingly very good. It's one of the best I've seen so far. So that was good. I'll just test all these movements. Yeah, we got movement that way, movement that way. Good. Okay, so all that's working. Extrusion, move, home, leveling, filament, more, under more, nothing. Blank screen under more. I'm sure that's maybe some future things going on. Filament, we can load filament from here. We got the leveling. Let's go back and have a look at these other settings that were in here. Let's go to the Wi-Fi settings. The Wi-Fi module is being configured. So it's going to configure the Wi-Fi module. See what happens. Please wait a moment. Did you configure your Wi-Fi on yours, Jerry? I was wondering if anybody's done the Wi-Fi. I haven't seen anybody do the Wi-Fi on their streams yet with it, but that seems to be taking a long moment. Micro SD card. Micro SD card? Oh, I need that to configure the Wi-Fi? Where did I put the card? Right here. And micro SD card into the side here. So let's cancel that. Let's insert the micro SD over here. Okay. Hey, Maria is on. Everybody say hello and show Maria lots of love. Woohoo! Been putting clip, yeah, no kidding. Let's see, Wi-Fi. You need, I don't know why I'd need the micro SD in to configure Wi-Fi, but I'm not going to spend too much time on the Wi-Fi. I got to read up about it. Actually, I'm sure if I read the user manual, it'll tell me. But no, let's forget that. Here we have fan, we have about, basically Fokoos firmware version 1.0.2. I'm assuming it's proprietary firmware for them. This keeps turning. Stop. There we go. Yeah, everybody give Maria lots of love. Motor off, machine settings. Yeah, we got all these machine settings, motor, temperature. Okay, good. So let's just make sure. Nozzle settings. Okay, number of nozzles 1. Lowest temperature 5, maximum temperature 275. PID thermostat, yes. Okay, so we can do the PID tuning right from here, it looks like. Back. Let's go to the hotbed settings. Lowest 5, highest 150. Wow. Oops. And then next. And we can PID tune the thermostat for the hotbed. Look at that. Okay, and motor advanced. Power off detection. Auto shutdown after print. Wow, that's cool. So you can shut it down when your print's done. Has a UPS power supply, so you can tell it if you hook up a UPS to it. And Z2 settings. Z2 end stop, Z2 connector. I'm not 100% sure what that's all about, but hey, again, that's why I got to read the book. Yeah, let's just load some filament. Let me make sure my temperature's up. Tool temperature. We're at 260. I'm going to increase that to 210. There we go. And I'm going to there we go. Let's get back out of here. Just files. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll look at the Wi-Fi thing another time and see what's going on. You know, Wi-Fi might be an add-on. Could very well be. I don't know, but didn't say anything about it. But anyways, I'm not going to use the test filament because it's really hard on camera to see quality of a print. So I'm going to open this brand new spool of ERYONE Galaxy Silver PLA, and we're going to do it. We'll do the test print with this. This just came a couple days ago. I just received this a couple days ago. Ordered a few rolls of ERYONE. They had a pretty good price. So, and I like their filament. And actually, I need this particular color for a customer's job. So, I figured let's test it on the Fokoos. Focus. Let me tell you, Wi-Fi is an upgrade module. Probably is. I imagine it is. I'd be surprised if a printer like this came with Wi-Fi. So, okay. And my snippers. Where'd I put my snippers? They were right here. Leave it to me to lose them. What, are they under the board? Are they under the board? No, they're not. They were right here. Right here. Everybody's going, look on your camera. Okay, so we have a hole there, and then we have a filament. Let's go to auto load. Oh, we just push it in, and it gripped the filament. So now we're going to auto load. Let's get a close-up look at the feeding filament. There we go. Still going. It's always exciting when you see filament spit out the hot end. It is for me anyways. There we go. Probably ESP3D. No, it's not Silk PLA. It's actually called. It is called Galaxy Silver. It's not their silk. I love their silk filament. See, nothing's happened yet, so we'll hit auto load again. There it goes. It's feeding. There it comes. There we go. Boy, don't feed too fast. There it goes. Well, it doesn't put a lot of pressure on that auto load at all. Wow. Oh, there it comes. It's coming now. Let's move a few things out of the way. Okay. I think that's pretty much done feeding. We have filament spitting out, which is good. Oh, we're still loading? No, it's just post filament. Anyways, let's see what's on this card. What do we want to print? The other cool thing I've heard, man, that reflection is awful. There we go. Oh man, that's because my hand's covering. What light is giving me that much reflection? Sorry guys, that's terrible reflection right there. I can actually, hold on. Right there. There we go. Put a little cover over this guy. It'll block that reflection. There we go. Still pooping filament. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go printing. There we go. I'm just going to make sure you guys can see this. So, test models. No, I don't want to. No, I want to go back. System 2G, 3G, 4G, G code 1G. Is there anything in these folders? Fokoos slicer. No. Let's go back. G code. There we go. It's a cool thing. It shows little thumbnails of your models. Now, I guess they have to be prepared in a certain way in your slicer to show this as well. So here we go. We have a air grid, a benchy. Nah, I don't want to do a benchy. We have a cat, hollow cat, a figure. We have a fan hood. Oh, I just printed a fan hood. We have a solid cat. What else do we have here? Oh, we got lots of stuff. We have an owl. Owl female, owl male, and owl pair. We have a Pikachu. Oh, I got to print a Pikachu for Ethan. What else do we have anyways? That's it. What do you think, guys? Can I print a Pikachu? I'm going to print a Pikachu. Print a visor for the camera. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, well, it's my lights. I really have to work on my lighting. I know I have a light right overhead, right up here. And I kind of got to work on the lighting, but let's do a Pikachu. I'm not going to put it up for a vote. We're going to do a Pikachu. And you know what? I go, Pikachu? Okay, that's bad. That's a dad joke. There's more up. Oh, I know there's more up. Oh, more up? No, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 12 models to choose from. Owl will be too long. Pikachu might be okay. Or I could do the vase. The vase, I believe, is a... is it a vase mode vase? Too bad it won't tell me how long they'll take to print. I'm gonna start the Pikachu though, and see how we do. And it says it's going to be. They're not giving me an estimated time, so we'll see what happens. Silver Pikachu. I know. I wish they all had that kind of a preview. That's going to be a thing coming. That's going to be coming, and I think, and again, if I just do a standard slice, apparently with the G code, it's not going to show that image. You have to. I don't know. I'm not techie enough to know there's a certain thing you have to embed in the file in order for it to show that image. So, okay. I'm not cleaning the bed. It's a brand new bed. It should stick without me having to treat the bed. So, should being the operative word. Now, my question is, does it have baby stepping? Option, baby step. So we do have the ability to baby step Z. Okay. We got a good purge line. So let's get you guys down here. And that's kind of coming out kind of bubbly. That could just be a new roll of filament. Let's see how, oh yeah, that second line's going a whole lot better. There we go. No, that's kind of coming out. Oh no, it's okay. I think it's just me. The first giveaway on the second print. Giveaway on the second print. Giveaway what? I don't have anything to give away. The first line came out kind of like ropey. It was like, but it's going fine now. I think the filament just had to purge a little more. I don't know how long this will take. Well, we can talk for a while, and at least we'd be able to... Oh, you know what it's doing? It's building a raft. Oh, well, it's a test print. It's building a raft. That's why the filament's coming out so wonky. Okay. It is building a raft. A lot of these give away a hard time. Yes, a lot of these test prints that come on these cards do end up going on a raft. So, okay, we can watch this for a bit. And wow, that's, you know, really, if I had shut up and not talked so much, that's a pretty quick setup. So four screws, a couple ribbon cables, peel off some plastic, check the eccentric nuts, make sure that your bed has got some smooth motion, etc., and then you're up and printing probably within 15 minutes. Rafts are cheating. Yes, they are. Rafts, when you put a raft on the model from the factory, they're saying our bed might not be level, but here we're going to give you a raft just so you can have a decent first layer because our bed might not be level. But anyways, it is what it is. I haven't sliced any files for this. I like to pull the purge line. I can't stand watching the purge line go there. A little bit of my OCD. But that kind of explains why the filament was coming out so like it looked over extruded, because the raft is pretty thick walled. So I'm going to throw these spare screws in a bag. Too high. What's too high? The filament layers? No, that's a raft. Rafts always look high. That is going to, if I slice my own file, it would probably be pretty good. This is that's sticking really well. And that's pretty much typical of a raft, how a raft is going to look. But that's pretty cool. 2 spare nozzles. Oh, you know what I didn't put? I didn't finish the build. I forgot these in this little plastic bag here. There's these two little pieces. These are just end caps. I don't know why they could have put them on anyways, but those are just, you'll see me reaching up here. Those are just end caps up here. Just go on the end there and over on the end here. Oh, that's extremely loose end cap. I can see that falling out. Oh yeah, they're I'm gonna end up wow. So that's not a very tight fit at all on that end cap. If that machine were, if I were folding this down, guarantee those will fall out and get lost. So probably just put a little tab of hot glue inside here or something to hold those end caps in. Don't glue them, just use some hot glue because you can remove it. So you can see the nozzle on the close-up cam, but it's too high. Oh, the close-up cam is too high? Or do you, I'm not sure what kind of view you want. Oh, the nozzle's too high? No, I think it's okay. My close-up cam, my angle was a bit low. Another feature to make .3MF, the new standard. Oh, so is it the .3MF, Kieran, that gives you those previews? Is that gives you the previews? No, I'm pretty sure that nozzle was not too high. It might have actually purposely started high because it's doing a raft and it does a really thick bottom layer. But in my experience, when it's doing a raft, that bottom layer, they purposely, yeah. But it had good squish, so we'll see what happens. Oh, so Philippe, you're saying yes, that 3MF is what is needed to do those funky files. I guess I should start learning about 3MF then. So I'm quite impressed, actually. They're brass, and these are, I got to look at these nozzles that it came with. Because these are the, I've only ever seen these marks on the good quality, is it the E3D nozzles? So these nozzles it came with, let's see if I can sneak into the picture here. Whoops. The nozzles are, they have those little holes, the little indents on the side, which that one has 4, which I guess indicate the size of the nozzle. So they both have 4. So they're probably both 0.4 millimeter nozzles. But yeah, they are, I'm impressed. They 2 spare nozzles plus the one on the printer. That's cool. You know, considering that's not a nozzle that I would have on hand. I believe that's called a volcano style. I don't have any of them on hand, so to have 2 spares is great. Most people with printers already are going to have your typical, your standard nozzles. Let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, that's the next layer on the raft here. Yeah, so hit that if you're new here. Yeah, I thank everybody. 33 people. That's amazing. Oh, I see 37. Wow. So yeah, down over here, hit that like button and subscribe. Oops, over here. It's opposite on my camera. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel already. I'm creeping up on that magic 1,000 number of subscribers. I'm excited. I'm hoping that's going to be a birthday present for me in about a month. I would love to hit that number 1,000, and I'm going to be doing a 1,000 viewer giveaway, a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And I can tell you one thing. I think I can tell you this because you're going to want to spread the word. But if you like what you're seeing here with this Fokoos Focus printer so far, there's a possibility you could win one of these in my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So you might want to just spread the news and make sure you do subscribe if you want if you want a chance of perhaps winning one of these. So that's one of hopefully many amazing prizes I will be able to offer on that stream that's going to happen, to be determined based on how quick my subscriber count goes. So yeah, share and like and subscribe. Awesome. All you guys are awesome because you guys are the ones that come and watch me do this crazy stuff. You watch me hurt myself and you laugh, and I like it. So I'm here to entertain. So what else is new, everybody? What's everybody, you know, I mean, Tuesday night, you're all hanging out here and it's awesome. 2 people left because now we're down to 35. They probably just poked their noses in to see what was going on. So. But let's see, can I get a little better angle on this now that it's kind of rolling? There we go. Does the light help here? No. Let's leave that off. The machine Sunday was darn good. The rat rig is awesome machine. Yeah, I'm actually quite excited about that now. And if I switch over here for a moment, I know we're looking at the Fokoos, but hey, how could you not want to see this? If I focus right here, I've actually got a lot of the wiring. We cut some wire lengths. I've actually got a lot of the wiring sort of figured out. I don't have to. I've already got some plugs, as you can see. I've got some BL Touch plug extensions on there already. I don't have to solder anything for that at this end. The only thing I may have to find some connections for so far are the two fans and the thermistor and the heater cartridge. So yeah, but it's we're getting to a point now where we can actually probably have this thing turned on and within the next 2 streams. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I got a where did I put it? I had one of these somewhere. You know, it's typical. Actually, let me open this and then we'll talk about it after. But you're printing Trident parts and designing parts for Brandon. Cool. Very cool. 2 a.m. in the UK. Wow. And you're up watching me? Are you crazy? What do you have? You're insomnia? Go to bed. No, I appreciate you watching, man. That's so cool. That's so cool. I don't know if Matt's still on, but boy, it could have dueled streams. Oh, right. Oh, I saw that earlier. Yeah. Would have been too, I can't read that, too risky. Hey, you know what, Tripod? I'd love to dual stream with you someday. You and Jerry or anybody. Any of my friends out there, I would love that. That would be an honor for me to dual stream anything with you guys. So hey, maybe if you guys are looking at, or if you end up getting, if you're going to get the Ender 2 Pro, hey, I'll save it and do a dual stream. Ugh, don't want to cut my hand open here. There we go. You're disappointed I didn't let Tripod come on Sunday? Well, hey, this Sunday, Tripod, you're more than welcome to join Jason and I, because I know your wiring, your reputation with wiring precedes you. So okay, you're in mid renovations. That's right. So you ever go to look for a tool, you know darn well you have that tool, you haven't used it in a few years or more. I might have lost it during the move, but I had 2 of them. And so during the stream on Sunday, somebody suggested, and it was a good suggestion, a stepper bit for putting holes in the back of the rat rig for running my wires. And I looked high and low. I looked at my office. I looked in my garage. I looked through the complete basement. And the only thing I can think of is I lost them in the move. So I ended up going out and grabbing this guy. So a stepper bit to do my holes. Actually, it came in a nice little kit, a Milwaukee kit with a couple different stepper bits. Whoops, a little blurry there, and it was actually less expensive to buy this kit than it was to buy a single stepper bit. So I always kind of look for deals like that with certain tools, because sometimes you can get them in a kit for less, and you get way more for less than you pay for one piece. So anyways, but you know what's going to happen though? I'll use this stepper bit. I'll make the holes I need. I'll get the rat rig all built, and I'll be looking for I don't know. I'll be looking for a pillow one day, or something, or shoe, and I'll find my other stepper bit. You watch, mark my word. So I usually take care of my tools, but I'm guessing that when I made my big move a few years back, I'm guessing it got lost in the shuffle somewhere, or it's in the deep depths of some drawer. So yeah. So are part of your yeah, stepper bits are great, aren't they? I mean, when I first discovered that, I'd never heard of them, and I forget what it was I was doing. And a friend said, "Why don't you use a stepper bit?" And I said, "A what?" And then I went to the store, looked at it, bought one, and I forget what I was doing, and it was like, oh my flipping goodness! I mean, I've done this thing where you have a hole, a 1/4-inch hole, and you want to make that 1/4-inch hole bigger, and it's like, depending on the size, you basically end up butchering it. And I think that was the case. And they said, get a stepper bit. It'll just go right into the size the hole is, and you can continue it as big as you need. So, but that's great. And then it came with a bonus, a little kit of, what are these? These are just basically your standard tapered web, resist breaking, blah blah drill bits. But Milwaukee makes good accessories like this. So this has got to go somewhere. Actually, I should just put it over by the rat rig. There we go. Keep it there so I don't lose it. It's in the kitchen. It's probably in the junk drawer. Everybody, maybe everybody doesn't, but I would almost bet my left, that everybody has a junk drawer in their kitchen. Yeah, and it's likely in a junk drawer somewhere, but yeah, we'll see. See if I end up finding it one day. But I looked high and low, and it was like I was starting to get frustrated. I said, no, it's not worth the frustration. Go pick yourself one up. But and now keep it. And I actually starting to take much better care of where my tools are now that I know, especially now that I've got decent tools. So your junk drawer is in the dining room hutch. Yeah. Wow. And Michael Castle, yeah, and they're probably better than any drill bits they make today too. I mean, some of those old tools, they used to do quality, and nowadays it's, yeah, you basically get what you pay for nowadays. The best way to find a lost tool is to buy a new one. You're so right, Aaron. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me. I had oh gosh, this was probably 5 or 6 or more years ago. Oh, longer than that. I was building a deck, and I had bought a palm nailer. If you've never used a palm nailer, oh, those things are incredible. And then it was another house, and I was building another deck, and you think I could find that palm nailer? So I went out, and I think it was a Bosch. Was it a Bosch or was it a DeWalt? Doesn't matter. And I bought another palm nailer, and sure enough, after I finished building the other deck, when I was putting tools away, I found the original palm nailer. So I had a couple, and now I don't even. I think I know where one of my palm nailers is right now, but I really don't have a use for it, other than it came in really handy for using those galvanized nails for putting the joists in on a deck, or the beams in on a deck. But the palm nailer, man, those things are awesome. If a tool is in the drawer, yeah, palm nailers are great for tight places. Yeah, they're air. It's an air tool for sure. Yeah, can't beat air tools. And I have a massive. It's at my office right now because I just don't have room here. But I have one of these massive. I think it's either a Mastercraft or a Milwaukee. It's one of these big compressors on wheels that I picked up. It was on sale. It must be a Mastercraft because it was on sale at Canadian Tire. So you guys probably wouldn't know what a Mastercraft brand is, but that's sort of like a house brand of Canadian Tire here. It's decent because it's got a lifetime warranty. Picked it up at Canadian Tire years ago on sale for like $160. I couldn't turn down a deal like that for a compressor that size. It still works. I just don't have a use for it, so it's sitting in the back room at my shop. So it looks like we've got some filament laying down here. And it is, well, we got some supports. Now we got supports printing. So Mr. Pikachu needs some supports. Let's see. We have the first layer. And of course, because we're printing on top of a raft, yeah, this is all support material in here. And this looks like his feet are done. And then the rest is all support. But it's laying down really well. But again, we're printing on a raft. So apparently there is, I've actually downloaded from the Fokoos Facebook group. People have already created profiles for Simplify 3D, surprisingly enough. I still use Simplify 3D. I kind of like that. And there is also a profile for Cura. I don't think there was one there for Prusa Slicer, but I will have a look and see. So, but I'll probably do a follow-up video on this. I don't know, maybe I'll pop on early on Sunday and do a follow-up, or do a slice my own print, a quick print, and test it printing straight off the bed so everybody can see how it's going to print right off the bed. But based on the way this went and how easy the bed was to level, I'm confident that it would print extremely well. So you have control of the garage. All the drawers in the garage are assigned. However, there is a junk drawer in the kitchen. Yeah. My garage is a bit of a mess right now. I got to do a bit of clean out, and I've got a tool chest, one of those like mechanics tool chests, not a huge one, just a small one. But I need to go through and clean all those out, because I've got tools in there that, it's one of those things, like tools in there I'll never use, or will I? Like I've got a massive, it must be mechanics, but it's about, I don't know what, about almost a meter long, not even that, but it's this massive torque wrench that and it takes the 1/2 inch. It's got the 1/2 inch sockets, and I don't know what I would ever use a torque wrench that size for. Of course, unless I'm doing maybe my own car tires, which I don't really touch vehicles. So, but yeah, I have a lot of tools I don't use, and then ones that may get used 2 or 3 times a year, or even twice a year, but they're worth having. I lost a lot of decent tools when my garage got broken into one time. A lot of dive gear and some tools, which to this day, I still don't know exactly which tools I lost, because it was sort of at the, before I had organized the garage and everything. So that was a shame. You have a torque wrench for working on cars. Yeah, that's probably exactly what that wrench is for. It's big, it's massive, it's heavy. It'd be a great defensive device. So, built over, bought. Yeah, your wife let you pick the design of the garage without even veto power. Tripod, yeah. Well, this my wonderful, beautiful Maria has let me, she even gave me a sign for Christmas last year before. It said, "Man cave, my rules." So, my studio. So, I don't know if she regrets that, but hey. And that sign's at the top of the stairs now. Since when I redesigned the studio, I put a little stub wall up here to sort of separate the laundry area from the studio area. And actually, the stub wall made this area seem a whole lot bigger. So since then, I put the sign upstairs to the entrance to the man cave. What I really need to do is put another one, or print myself a DWIT 3D studio sign and put that up there as well. That would be pretty cool. A 4-foot pipe wrench. Ooh, that's huge. That would be heavy. There goes the dog barking again. Okay, we got some printing going on here. It's actually nice filament, though. I've always loved, I've never had an issue printing ERYONE filament. I know there's some people out there don't like it. Well, I think it's better without the light, but I've never had a problem printing ERYONE filament. It's been very reliable for me. But so far, I like this printer. It's quiet other than the fans, and that's sort of everything is silent, but that fan we hear is the part cooling fan. Once it kicked in, it's the loudest thing on it. But hey, I don't mind. I'm fine with that. So, but yeah, it's so far printing nice. I have not seen the bed hesitate at all due to those speed bumps we found earlier. So I think loosening off that one eccentric nut underneath was just what the doctor ordered. So given a major issue, I think this is going to end up printing well. Something just fell. What just fell? I just heard a bang. I don't know. Something randomly fell. I don't know. My camera's still there. Who knows? Something just fell. So, oh, the other thing I'm working on too. Oh, which camera can I maneuver to show you? Take care, Matt. It's really late for you. Thanks for hanging out, Matt. I appreciate that. We'll go for about another, it's 7:30. We'll go to 8 o'clock at the latest. We'll see how far we get on this. Yeah, so actually, let's talk about in review in a sense here. Let me switch to this camera here for now. So for anybody, so the build on this was quite easy. 4 bolts, 2 on each side basically to stabilize the fold. To transport this, again, you just pop these 4 bolts out and it folds down. Not a fan of the ribbon cables, but they're working. So that's a thing that time will tell whether they hold whether it maintains its holding power. You know, with it going back and forth like it is. Let me move that out of the way. I'm just going to be curious as to whether those loosen off over time or not. This one I'm not worried about at all. There's no movement on this one at all. The ribbon cables make it look really clean and slick, so that I do like it for that. That is a definite plus on this. So I had to loosen the eccentric nuts on the bed, mostly on the back one, in order to, because the bed was basically getting those hesitant spots in it in 3 spots. But once I loosened that one eccentric nut off, made sure the bed was still stable and not wobbly, it's much smoother now. So belts were, I didn't check the belt tightness, but the belts are actually tightened very well. This doesn't have the automatic or the belt tensioning knobs, which I don't think you need on these printers, because once the belts are tensioned, they stay tensioned pretty good. What else? It's got the dual Z rods on the back. All the plugs, actually, I just noticed this on the back. All the plugs are kind of secured with almost like a tape type material in the back of the stepper motors here. Which is kind of good so they don't fall out. And the wire management on this thing is great. I'm hearing, what did I just hear? Oh, I think it was I just heard a noise. It's probably my dog barking. I'm hearing him. Oh, no, I heard there's a little bit of support failing there, I think. We'll see how that goes. I think part of that support popped up. Or sorry, yeah, the support material. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's I like the display. If I go back to the main screen now, as I'm printing, it does give me the nozzle readout and the heat bed temperature readout on the main screen while it's printing, but it doesn't tell me, the one thing I'd like to see is that to have that temperature show no matter what screen I'm in, especially when I'm doing the bed leveling or if I'm doing any sort of filament loading and unloading. It'd be nice to see that temperature displayed constantly. So. But I like the touch display. It's very responsive. I had no issues with it so far. So, but yeah, and it's a nice compact size printer. I'm quite happy with it. So we'll see how the quality of the print comes out once it's finished. I have a feeling this is going to be a few hour print. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it otherwise. Spool holder's a little bit, I'm not going to say chintzy, it's just thin. I do have some spools from Matter 3D, for instance. It will not fit on these spool holders. I can tell right now that they're going to hang over a little bit. So I will probably end up printing myself a different spool holder for this so that I can fit those wider spools on there. I haven't checked under the guts yet. I'll do that down the road. I'll pop these things apart and see what's under there. And I'm not quite sure what kind of a power supply we have in here yet. So, but that's not what this stream was about. This stream was basically about the setup, the operation, and the quality of the print, and we'll see what happens with that once this print is done. Yeah, I think I got a little bit of support material that's fallen out of place there, but I think it's going to survive because, yeah, it's just printing right over top of it. I just hear a little bit of a, as the nozzle runs over it, I hear a little bit of a tick. So, yeah, but I'm quite happy with it so far. Hole for the Allen to tighten bolts easily. A hole for the Allen. Hole for Allen. A hole where? Where? Hole for Allen. Oh, I missed you, Accord XTC. Thanks. Catch you later. Let's see. Hey, thanks, Dwayne. Appreciate that. Tighten belts. Oh, tighten the belts. Okay, sorry. For the belts. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. There's basically for the belts. It looks to me like you loosen one. Let's see. If I were a betting man on this belt here, looks like you loosen this one bolt here, and then on the end here, you basically just tighten or loosen the belt with this end bolt. And then it's pretty much the same down here. Whoop, there we go. We would loosen off this bolt here and then tighten or loosen this bolt to adjust the tension on the belt. And based on both of these, the belt on this side, there is basically that much play. I'm looking at the gap closest to my finger. That's how much play we have for tightening the belt right now. And then down here, it's harder to see, but I would imagine there's a good, probably 5 or 6 millimeters of tightening available down there. But these belts are good and snug right now as it is. So, that's what it was. Oh, I think it's the spool turning that I'm hearing, because the print is going fine now. I think it's when I hear these noises, and it kind of like sometimes when the filament falls out of a crack in the spool, I hear the noise and it's like boom. I'm alert, but no, it's looking good. Actually, I thought that some of that support material was failing, but it's actually looking pretty decent. It's only printing support material so far, but man, if it can do a good job printing a lot of support material, it's going to do a good job in the final print. That's really not good lighting down there. There we go. Yeah. So we'll see how that print goes. On a side note, the other bolt holds the pulley. Okay. 3 women in your house and the delivery driver passes it without stopping. Oh, and on a side note, Jerry, because I know, and I think, John, you have one as well, this camera. Great little camera. You know what I'm finding, and I'd like to do, and I may do it, I'd like more weight in the base of this thing. Because if I extend this out like this, for whatever reason, it's not, right? So I'm sure you guys have the same issue. Now, I guess if I were to turn it this way, yeah, it's even worse. But if I extend it any certain length, that's one thing I found sort of as a flaw on it. Like if I want to stretch that for whatever reason, I need to weight that base down. So, because sometimes there is a time when I do that, and I've ended up putting a couple of heavy things on here to prevent the base from tipping. So I'm thinking that I may look one day, I'm pretty sure if I cut this off or pull this up, I could probably add maybe 5 pounds of weight or something under there somehow. I actually have lead weights from diving, and I could actually just slice them up or even melt them and pour them into here. But yeah, another 5 or 6 pounds of weight in here I think would work well. So what I've done before is I have 10-pound weight bags from scuba diving. A 10-pound weight bag on here does a great job. So mounting to the, oh, okay. Okay. That's a good idea. That's a great idea, actually. If I ever find it on sale, I probably wouldn't hesitate to pick up a second one because it's a great little camera. Pick up a second one and just, that would make a great overhead camera, wouldn't it? Let's see. Watch, I'll end up unplugging it. You watch. But if I had that up higher, let's see. Yeah, that would make a, I gotta get this focused, but that would make a great little overhead camera. If it focuses, there we go. Yeah, if I could see that going up higher and being a decent little overhead camera. So, hey Dora, how are you? Dora, your printer is performing superb so far. I am printing Pikachu. So, yeah, you're late. Yeah, well, it's late there where you are too. It's got to be like wee hours of the morning for you. So, but no, it's the build of the printer went extremely well. I had to, adjust some eccentric nuts, which is not a big deal. It's something that everybody should be checking. I said I'm going to be interested to see how this ribbon cable holds up on the hot end after a while. I'm not a huge fan of the ribbon cables, but if they work, they're good. But I like the look of the machines with the ribbon cables. I have another printer where the ribbon cable was not built quite as well as yours is. So, yeah. But no, the build went really well. And right now I'm just printing Pikachu. So, and we're going to go for about another half hour at the most. And we'll see how far we've gotten on this. But no, I'm quite impressed so far with this printer. I like the touch screen. I love the fact that we can see our models. So I've got to figure out how to do that when I slice a model. But apparently I have to 3MF or something like that. So yeah. But no, it's great. I'm actually going to try. Probably, I don't know when I'm going to be going away next, but I think the next time I go out to my brother's in Ontario, I was there a couple of weeks ago, and he was quite fascinated with when we were discussing 3D printing. But this is a perfect opportunity for me when I do go there next. I'm going to bring this, so I will fold this down. I will fit it in a suitcase, pack it well. We'll bring it there, set it up, and see if the traveling with it does anything to change the settings where I have to recalibrate or re-level or something like that. So I may have to re-level. We'll see. So, but yeah, I'm excited to try and travel with this. So this is a perfect opportunity. Next time I do visit family is to bring this because it is that compact design. So yeah, 3.5-inch LCD touchscreen. The touchscreen is very responsive. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I quite like it. I read somewhere that there was an update with more color, but I think it's pretty colorful as it is. So I have no problems with the touchscreen, other than there's a couple spots I'd like to see the temperature of the hotbed and the hot end displayed during the leveling process and stuff, so that I know what temperature they're at. But that's a minor thing because while I'm printing, it is showing the temperature, and it does give me a lot of good options to. Yeah, under here I can change the temperature. What's under more under the options? There's nothing there. That could be for future use. I can change filament. I can adjust the speed. I can adjust the extrusion speed. I can adjust the fan speed. I can move. I don't want to touch too many of these buttons during the print. There we go. Yeah. Nope, but I quite like, so far I'm quite happy with this. It looks like, yeah, we don't get an estimated print time at all, but based on the fact we're at 39 minutes of printing, I'm going to say this is probably a good 2-3 hour print when all is said and done. So, yeah. Oh, there we go. Good. Awesome. That's nice, Dora. Perfect. Robin nanoboard inside. So yeah, I'm quite excited to travel with this when I do travel again. So this would be great to bring down to I don't know, to anywhere really. So only if they're interested in 3D printing. But I love the cable management too. It's as I say, I mean, it's one of those things. It's a love-hate relationship with ribbon cables, right? You know, looking at it from the front, I mean, it's sleek looking. It's great. I love the color scheme. I'm probably going to change the cover. I actually printed a replacement cover already, but it's cool because the ribbon cables take away the messy cable look. But as long as it holds up fine, and again, this felt pretty solid, and this is a much better system for the ribbon cable than that other printer I have on the floor over here, where the clip on that one failed on me. But I'm in the discussion with that company to get that resolved as well. But yeah, even on the back, the cable management is great. So there was a little issue, and we'll see how that goes. This hotbed cable here tended to, and it's not doing it now, but I guess on a longer print, it was rubbing a little bit on the side here as the bed would go forward. So all I've done is pulled this cable over a little bit out of the way. So that could be a modification where maybe we print something and it just holds the cable out of the way in place so it doesn't rub on this side. But again, with the print I'm doing now, that's not an issue because the bed's not coming forward enough to cause that to rub. But yeah, and again, that would just be a matter of undoing a screw here, maybe putting a little clip on here to hold that cable just out of the way a little bit here. So anyways, not a deal breaker by any stretch of the imagination. So what extruder does it have? It's got a direct drive extruder. I'm not sure. It's probably a house brand. It's kind of unique. I watched their video of the replacing some parts in there, and it's kind of a unique extrusion system the way it works. It's almost like you take a regular extruder, turn it on its side for the springs, for the tension. It's different. And it's a volcano style hot end. One thing I'm quite impressed with is that the came with 2 spare nozzles. So we have the nozzle on there, 2 spare nozzles, which is great because that is one nozzle that I don't have. I have probably 100 nozzles in my kits over here, but I don't have this kind of nozzle. So it's great that it came with 2 spare nozzles. So that was awesome. And as Jerry said, he was missing this, but it's got 2 spare ribbon cables. I always figure when a company sends spare cables and ribbon, it's like, okay, well, that's going to be a fail point at one point in time, and it might be. But if you get hundreds, thousands of hours of printing out of the cable before you have to change it, so be it. It's no different. It's just a consumable like the wheels would be. So some companies send spare wheels, so and spare end stop switches. So, but no complaints otherwise. Can work well with TPU. Yeah, I'll give it some. I'll be trying PETG, TPU. I'll even try ASA on it. Because I've done ASA without an enclosure before with the Prusa's ASA filament, and it works really well. I don't have any, now forgive me, the big debate in my head is your company called Fokoos or Fokoos? Anyways, I don't have any of your filament to try yet. So other than the sample roll that came with it, but we don't even know if that's an actual, yeah, it is. And I'm not running this because I don't like doing a sample print in white because it's really hard to see on the camera. So I'm running silver filament here. So yeah. Oh, it's better to have and not need. Absolutely. Yeah. Focus. Well, I know, but you have 2 O's going together, so, right? So as you see here, okay, we have you up on my screen here. So I say Fokoos. See, when the 2 O's, I'm not an English teacher. So it's focus. Okay. But I initially read it as koos, like as in koozie. So I went Fokoos. But focus is easier. I can focus on that. I missed the info on the Wi-Fi upgrade. So there is an upgrade you can get for the Wi-Fi. I can just scroll up in the chat here and see. Okay, an MKS Robin Wi-Fi V11 module. So that's an accessory that I assume can be bought from Fokoos. Yeah. Okay. That's why when I hit the Wi-Fi button, it was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. So I have another printer here that uses Wi-Fi, but I don't use the Wi-Fi. When I finish the rat rig up here, I may use the Wi-Fi feature in that. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do with that yet. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good, Dora. So we'll go for about another, we got 20 minutes left. I just want to see how this goes. And if anybody has any other questions, yeah. And sorry about the dog. The dog is upstairs barking at something, but I think Mom and Ethan went out and he's barking, but that's what I get for having a studio in my basement. But everybody's used to my dog. Well, it sounds like somebody's coming in. Maybe that's why. They probably went out and they're coming back and he's going berserk. So. But the other thing, Dora, that I'll say is that it is one of the nicest packaged printers that I've ever opened. And I've opened many, many printers. The box, it's basically a box that belongs on a retail display in a store. It's beautiful packaging. It was very well packaged inside with the foam. I like the kind of foam that sounds silly, but I prefer that kind of foam over some of the other foams I've seen packaged. I think it's a little stiffer and more protective for the printer. The fact they had things shrink wrapped inside the foam as well to keep everything from moving around during shipping was awesome. So, but I'm extremely impressed with the outer packaging of the box. That's an incredible kudos to your marketing team. So, yeah, they did a great job. Whoever designed the box and decided let's do that with the handle as well. I mean, it's great. It did come shipped in an outer box, and then that box was inside. But yeah, that's something that I can definitely see on the shelf of a retail 3D printing shop. So pretty cool. That's one box I won't be throwing away. No, not at all, because that's the first time I've ever seen a packaging like that on a 3D printer. I have a CR30 sitting over there on the floor, and it's just in your plain style box. Mind you, it'd be kind of heavy for that kind of a handled box. And then I also have a what do I have under here? I have a Q5 under here, but it's just, again, a plain box. So, oh, I shouldn't say that. There is not even this one. Yeah, it's got a handle, but I won't bother bringing that. This is a stream about this printer, not about the other one I got sitting under here. So, Matt's up again. Even DWIT 3D floor printers. I do. I have a here. Let me see if I can show you this. Let's see if it'll. This has been printing for 40 something hours now. There's a printer on the floor right there going. Okay. I'm sure you can see it moving on the camera there. Yeah, it's near the tip of it's printing a shoe. That's been printing for, it'll end up being about 60 hours by the time that is done, because you cannot print that material fast. So yeah, you can't print that material fast at all. So it's, yeah, about 40 hours that's been going. So, and it's on the floor printing. Why not? I have to keep it on the concrete. If I put it on the carpet, because underneath the bottom of that printer, the power supply is open on the bottom. And so you put it on the carpet and you can hear the fan go. So had to go on the floor. They're great with cats. I don't have cats. I don't have the dog. And then over here, for those of you who haven't seen my studio, we have an array of printers over there, right from FlashForge. We have the FLSUN. We have a Prusa over there. We have a CR6 SE, an Ender 3 V2. Up on my shelf behind me over here, we have a Kaiwu, not a Kaiwu, a King Rune. Where is over there? Oh, the Kaiwu's over there hiding behind the Atom Stack. So yeah, we have an array of printers, and then there's still some that I haven't unboxed yet. and I have a couple on the way. But yeah, it's when you run out of shelving space, you got to go on the floor to print. So a Schuh or new improved Vegemite dispenser. Kieran, behave. Vegemite dispenser. I'm not going to bring that on stream tonight because this is a family-friendly stream, and I don't want you talking about. I don't want to be talking about that. So, yes, and no, I have not needed my hard hat for this build, but this kind of has a long story to it. So, if you need to know the story, go back and watch my rat rig build. Oh, and who asked me up there, how's the Kaiwu doing? It's doing good, Dougal. The hot end rebuild on the Kaiwu went fine. I ran a test print. It worked out fine. Where is the test print I did on it? But no, it's fine. It's on the floor over there now. It's back together. I didn't hook my, I don't even remember the name of the module where I can remotely do it over the computer and all that. I didn't hook all that stuff back up just because I got a little ways to learn about that. I think once I get that all going on the rat rig here, on the big boy, it'll be good. I could probably fit 2 of these focus printers in the area that this rat rig is. So this is for anybody who hasn't seen this, this is a 500 by 500 by 500 printer going on back here. So yeah. Okay, great. I will, Tripod. Thank you so much. I will hit you up for a giveaway. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. And I'm hoping that's going to be a birthday present for me, that I hit that 1,000 mark. And a birthday present for me is a birthday present for everybody watching. So, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Stephen. Should be at Best Buy on display. Yeah. I could sneak it into a store and just pretend I'm buying it. And people go, where'd you get that? And I'll say, well, I can tell you where to get it. So, for sure. Send a few printers your way, Daniel. You know how much shipping would cost me to do that? $89.50 now, Kieran. Oh, awesome. Man, it's just growing. $8.50. $89.50. I'm thinking, like, really? That fast? I didn't get a notification from YouTube. Oh, thanks so much, Jerry. Much appreciated. You guys are awesome. You guys are incredibly awesome. I tell you that. So... what? Oh, well, you set up above, Dan. You said send a few your way and you can do some streams with them. And I said, you know how much shipping would cost for me to send some of these printers your way? The next big one that's going to happen is, I can do a little plug here, is about it on the first layer stream a couple weeks back. But yeah, Richard and I are still going to get together. He's just waiting on me. And he'll pop over any time with me, and we're going to do the CR30. So, yeah, Brendan, I've seen people do that, and where I could actually stack the printers on multiple levels. And seriously though, I've considered that. The building I work in downtown, we've been in our office tower downtown with my other business. We've been in there 35 years. Like, we've been in there a long time. We're actually the tenant that's been in that building the longest. So I have a really, really good rapport with the building management, etc. They have a plethora, is that the right word? They have a plethora of shelving, you name it, in storage in the basement from tenants that have moved in and out, and have left stuff. So one of these days I'm hoping to go shopping through some of that storage and see if I can find something that makes my space a little more efficient, because I don't like having things on the floor. But at the same time, I need to learn a bit better how to sort of better organize space for the printers, for having multi-tier printers, for sure. So that's a good idea, though, the warehouse shelving. Yeah, I'm going to check around and see what I can find. I seemed excited to do some time lapses. Yeah. Who's doing time lapses? Testing it now. You're doing time lapses, Dan? Awesome. Your 10K sub giveaway won't happen until after the garage is done. Okay, cool. Well, that's great that you're getting up to 10K. That's awesome. So when I stand next to Richard, will I be on a milk crate? Probably. Man, that guy is tall. I have this little guy here. This is what I've been using for the rat rig build, right? So let's see. What do you think? Will that get me up around Richard's height? We'll have to raise my camera up a bit, but there we go. Oh, hang on, I got to suck it in. Yep. Richard's a tall man. Richard's an amazing man. He is such a nice guy. Such a great guy. I'm fortunate that I live in the same city and that I live so close to him. So, yeah, him and I have become good friends. Yeah. And so is Brian. Brian's a great guy too. I don't live as close to Brian, but Brian and I have chatted on many occasions, and he's a great guy. They're both great guys. So, Maker Viking, have you been here all along, or did you just sneak in? Strong, me. Well, I can lift a few things, but I've got to lose some of this. So before Dan, DB3D Dan kind of knows my history as far as streaming goes. And before I started doing all this YouTube stuff, I was a little self-conscious about going on video in front of people. But with the encouragement and the pushing, it's me. This is who I am. And this has been so good for me because it's gotten me out of my comfort zone in so many different ways. So now it's like second hat to me to come on and talk to people and join other people's streams and just be myself and be who I am. So, yeah. Dan, you never. Yeah. You were a good encouragement up front. You remember those days. Those days when I had a desk sitting over here and it was just a really bad camera angle and all that stuff. And oh yeah, man, it goes back a long way. Some of that older video is in my 1,000 subscriber giveaway video. So yeah, you're right. You did say just be me. And Jerry's saying that all the time. Just be myself, not pretending to be anybody else. And my philosophy on my streams has always been, I don't know everything. I'm going to screw up. I may call this an apple, and people are going to go, "You idiot! That's not an apple. That's an extrusion rail." Some people might call that something different, but you know what? I'm learning as I go, and I have learned so much in the time that I've been been YouTubing, and it's been less than a year. I mean, it's been 8 months, 9 months, and I've come such a long way. So this is awesome. And I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because I love it. I really love it. And I have my beautiful wife, Maria. She has been such a strong support for this. You don't know the amount of times that I've basically said, I'm just going to quit doing this. I'm going to give it up. It's too much, blah, blah. And she says, no, you got to keep doing it. She's very supportive with that. So it's because of her that I'm still on here too, because she supports this. Here I am on a Tuesday doing a Tuesday night stream. When I usually I'm only doing Sunday streams, but she supported. She said, yeah, do it, go for it. Because I wanted to show off this printer and I didn't want to wait. Right. So I said, let's do this Tuesday night. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So it's one night out of the week. So grooved aluminum. Yes. You'd like to see how the print is going. Oh, okay. Sorry, that was my mic. I thought my glasses were down here. So let's have a look at the print. Since we are here to talk about the printer, let's see how we're doing here. Focus button. This thing loses automatic focus if you hit that focus button. So, although I got to talk to Jerry about what he was talking to me about. Let's see if I come over if I just get the light off of it. There we go. So it looks like oh, man. What are you focusing on? Sorry about the focus here, guys. It should be much better than that. But we have, man, okay, I'm going to have to figure out why this camera is being so difficult. I don't know, it's focusing in behind. So hang on a second. If I put something back here so it doesn't have anything to look at, there we go. That's better. So we have Pikachu feet and still a whole bunch of support going on. So it looks like down here, right in here, oops, looks like right down in here, the support started to give away a little bit, but it didn't seem to bother the print. Or I could be watching TV. You're so right, Jerry. I'd rather be doing this. Very cool. You've got quite a collection going there, Dan, too. That's great. You did? Oh, that's very cool. Good for you, man. That is awesome. I don't think we can TikTok up in Canada. We can't monetize. So that's what Maria tells me. She's a social media expert. That's what she does. And apparently you can't monetize on TikTok in Canada. Because, man, I told my brother with the ironwork he does, get on TikTok. But really, what's the sense of it? I mean, yeah, you get a whole crap load of followers, but and he doesn't have time to do a YouTube channel, so because he would do extremely well. But this print is looking good. I like this filament. It's Galaxy Silver, so it's got a little bit of that speckle in it. I can see. Yeah, you can see it on camera. Yeah, Galaxy Silver. So we got a little bit of speckle. It's the ERYONE filament again. I will try if I can ever get my hands on a hold of some of the Fokoos filament. I'm sure it comes in other colors than white, but I wouldn't mind trying that. But I'll try this test spool of the white eventually as well here. So, but yeah, so far we're just doing nothing but support and feet for good old Pikachu. So Ethan's going to be tickled that I ran a Pikachu. So this first print will go to Ethan. I mean, I have to. So. Okay, you did. Thanks so much, Jerry. I appreciate that. Can you get a tool wrench on your name here? I suppose you could, Matt, if you ask really nicely. I'd have to. But you got to behave with it, right? I don't just give tool wrenches out to anybody. But you know what? You're on all my streams, and I do trust you. So you know what? You earned it, my man. Oh, now there we go. I need a TV sucks. Sometimes it does. You don't want to see what looks like. This? Oh, no, you don't. Jerry, only you. No, okay. Or Kieran or Liam's not on tonight, but if Liam were here, God, you guys are like 3 peas in a pod sometimes. Okay, we're getting close to wind-up time here, guys. But yeah, this thing is printing great so far. No complaints at all. I wasn't aware Pikachu was going to have so much support. I was hoping to have a little better print ready by now, but that's okay. It's printing extremely well. No complaints at all. And the fact that it's doing this much support and it's going extremely well with the support, I have no problem with this at all. So yeah, there we go. I will do a follow-up showing this print off when it's done, and I will be doing a whole bunch of other prints, and I'm going to slice my own prints as well, because we really didn't get a chance on this one because it printed a raft. We didn't really get a chance to see the initial layer bed adhesion on this to see how it works, but given the fact that this thing leveled extremely easily in the center of the bed, was perfect with the outside corners, I have no doubt that this thing is going to print an amazing first layer. So I will be slicing some files and trying some prints. Matter of fact, the reason I got this filament was for a customer. I mean, I'll probably end up printing their job on this printer just to give it a really good try, because this one file I got to print is fairly complicated. It includes some bridging and it includes some supports and so forth. So we'll give that a go, and that'll be a good test for it. So anyways, that being said, we're at my 2-hour mark. Thank you everybody who's been on here. Dora, if you're still on, thank you so much for popping in. Love your printer. I will speak highly of it. It's a great machine. So I'm looking forward to doing my 1,000 subscriber giveaway when that happens. So everybody, please just like, share, and subscribe. Get the word out there. And the sooner that happens, the sooner you guys have a chance of winning some great prizes. So we're going to call it a night. So thank you, everybody, for watching. This was talking about the Fokoos Odin-5 S3, which is beautifully displayed on my screen right here behind me. It looks bluer than it does because it's a little more gray on my screen. I think the TV shows the blues a little better, but look at that. So anyways, thanks for everybody who's watching. I appreciate all the comments, all the positivity, and I appreciate all you guys. And this Sunday coming up, we're going to continue the rat rig build. We're getting into the electronics. We have the back of it all wired up, not wired up. We have the back of it, all the components there. We've got some wires going, and so I'm not going to bore you all with a lot of the crimping. A lot of that's going to be done in advance, but I'll do a little bit because the crimping is going to be like watching paint dry. So everybody who's on, thank you so much. Everybody who stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. And we'll talk to all you guys on stream, online, and on Sunday. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. Bless everybody.